but I just need to see Tony Baker one time on one episode, just because that he gonna be a fool.
Oh yeah.
Don't be surprised if him were to hear more is going to show up. I wouldn't.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
the whole gang is showing up. Everybody showing up.
Like this is
Gonna
just
be a dang fool.
Funeral shenanigans are a fact across the diaspora. Yeah,
She's not wrong.
No, she's not
wrong.
Take me with you.
I
want to go.
No, I got my first experience like maybe 5 years ago. It was my great grandma. She was like 98. And one of her daughters, who was technically like my aunt, a great aunt, somewhere up the ladder. And my uncle's in the back, just like, no, why she got to do all that?
See,
that line is said at every black funeral.
Safari, you nice. I was pissed because you always get those people like, oh, take me with you. I want to go, and they drape themselves over the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my 11-year-old self, because I had a great aunt that was like, oh, take me with him. He was too young. I want to go. I slightly pushed her into the casket.
There's times.
You see that look of pride on his face right now? You see that look of pride?
There are literally
blacked out. Wait a minute. The guest is supposed to black out.
You see the dimples on his face. That's pride right there, y'all. That is pride.
Look, there are times I've been at a black funeral and I've sat at the back. If it wasn't somebody close to me, but it was somebody I knew or somebody that was in the family but not as close. And I watched the chaos unfold. And my wife has had to tell me to stop. Like she hit my arm or something. And I'm like, what did I do? I didn't say anything. She was like, you shaking your head. Like, I'm just like disapproving as fuck.
Or sometimes you forget. Sometimes you think your inner monologue is working. Like when you think you said something.
It's always the inner monologue. It's always the inner monologue. You're just like, I'm sitting there like,
I want to apologize, Mr. West, for our
Look, I can't be the only one that had that happen. Hang on a second. I can't be the only one that happened at a funeral when you walk up and sit down and you go, do they really have to have her makeup like that? And then have everybody around me just you thought you said in your head.
I've left a funeral with a friend and looked at it and like we didn't say anything. We just kind of glanced. And then when we left, we were just like, yo, was we at the right one? Like that didn't look like who we thought that was.
No, Spartan is my cousin Zay-Boy. At that same funeral, it was me and my other cousins, because this is Big Mama, so we only knew her for like the first. Well, the fact that we made it to our 20s with her and she got to be like not late 90s, great. But we got our heads down trying to be respectful. My cousin's in the back just cutting up the whole time. My other cousin has brought us fiance, so this is her rite of passage to the family. So her head is down and she is ear to ear laughing like I should not be crying laughing in church. I'm going to hell with y'all. And I'm just like, welcome to the family. Because my granddad's new wife decided she wanted to give a speech for all of like the 6 months that she knew her. And my cousin in the back like, hey man, you take any longer, we all gonna be in the casket with it. Could you hurry it up?
That's why I raised my hand. Like I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
I know Kev is about to have the all deaf crew doing some shenanigans in this show.
I already know. My wife found out quickly. After it was my grandfather's funeral, and it was after what, and all of us shave our head bald. Like none of us have gone bald. We just shave our head bald. So it's my uncles and my older cousins, and the stories that were coming out of their mouths, including mine. And she was just like, "What is going on?" And I said, "This is how we rock. Welcome to the family, dear." And so you are in for a ride. It's just.
Now, I had a moment at a funeral. It was one of my aunts, and I've never done this before. I laughed out loud and couldn't control it.
You've never done that before.
Yeah, not at a funeral because my uncle, open casket, he goes up. Family's going by and they're reviewing, and it's like, oh, he comes up, and I was still sitting down. He said, why does she look like a frozen ham? And I screamed. And my mama hit me in the back of the head. I'm like, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. He literally said,
I'm gonna I'm gonna keep what I'm gonna say to myself because this definitely gonna be great. If I said, you know what?
And she's closing the camera.
Hey Kev, if for some reason you watch this reaction, I'm sorry.
I'm you know what? We already here. So I'm gonna go
got in trouble. I didn't even
if
care.
you don't like churchy, it's for black people anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody started laughing. Everybody started laughing. They was, and my uncle's like, I don't care. And then like I asked him when she was live.
Don't feel bad, Navy. At least you didn't sit there and watch a casket go down, and a relative, let's just say, was heavy set, and the motor that was lowering the casket had died.
I'm begging you to stop.
No.
I am begging you.
Wait, hold on.
Everybody on your side of the
wait.
You need
There's
to
another
stop.
Hollywood story by Black Spartan.
I feel like I gotta say this, like, you know what? I feel like if I say this, I'll feel better because
No, this is not
no. I'm gonna say why. Because it was a nice funeral. We made it all the way to the end. Now, this relative was a little bit on the heavier side, so they were lowering the casket, and the machine that lowered the casket
from the
kind of died halfway through, and you can hear it dying. You ever hear like a car running low on fuel until finally it sputters out and dies? That's what happened midway down. So the whole time, doves are releasing, Amazing Grace. You get I was like, when I tell you,
this show, I need to see the. Go ahead.
No, here's what makes it bad. The pastor was the pastor was trying to prolong it, like, y'all need to hurry up and lower this person in the grave. I can only speak so much from the Bible. Finally, I gotta sit there and say it. Does heaven have an elevator or a forklift when they get there? I'm sitting there, my mom. Why did you sit there and say, I was like, it ain't my fault. They're not even at the halfway point yet and they need help.
Wow.
I was like,
oh my God.
I kid you not. The entire front row laughed. You can tell they was laughing their heads off. Now the flower ladies, they were mad as hell at me, but I was like, how y'all get mad at me? The machine quit before he did.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, Kevin, on stage. I know you're finna make the black church experience hilarious. I know there's a preacher character in there somewhere.
I'm gonna get a call from my mama tomorrow. Did you laugh about a funeral?
I did. It was like, I did.
Which one was it?
Oh my God. So
I picked tonight to try to make an effort to come into this mess. That's what I did. That's my fault. That's my fault.
We appreciate you, Kira. You
know,
no,
wait, don't say my name out loud.
You can join me on I got plenty of room on the chair. Come on, you can
look here. Look here. The after the response I seen earlier this week, and I told Spartan, I said, see, and that's why I will get kicked out of hell. Because the response was, oh, so you're down here now. And he's like, well, at least I'm not living in my daddy's basement. And the devil says, well, fuck you too. And I'm like, see, that would be a response I would tell Satan himself, and he would just say, you can go on back upstairs. I don't need you down here.
How does it feel millennia later you still got daddy issues?
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Who's up for
No, don't bring that baby into this like that. Don't bring that baby into this like that. She don't do that. She's better. She clean
if I just hard transition into the outro when I clip this, or
no.
my God. If I have to add
I was talking about the devil. We got a Devil Dinosaur.
I mean, we got Devil Dinosaur. I mean,
is that how you chose the trailers for this? Because I didn't even clip. That didn't even clip.
I was not even expecting it to go like this.
Oh man. Really, Kira? Straight to the sage?
Huh?
Yeah.
Straight to the sage, Kira? Really?
What?
I bet the stage wasn't even lit. She's just gonna wave it.
Also, dear Black people, the same rule goes for this show, for all that we do for all of our Black Panther films. No bootlegging. Support the damn thing.
Right. Before